What's the worst way you've seen someone try to save money? I was helping my best friend Zoe plan her wedding when I saw the most insane penny pinching ever. Her fiancé Travis was all about their budget-conscious approach, but his ideas were completely nuts. He wanted to live stream the ceremony using a GoPro taped to a tree branch. He made centerpieces out of old pizza boxes he spray-painted gold. He even tried to convince the caterer to serve gas station hot dogs at the reception. But nothing prepared me for what happened with the engagement ring. Travis was so proud when he showed everyone this vintage ruby ring he found on eBay. It had this romantic inscription inside, and Zoe was completely touched by the whole thing. She kept showing it off to anyone who would look, talking about how thoughtful and sweet Travis was for finding something so unique and meaningful. About a week later, Zoe came to me worried because the ring was making her finger turn green. She thought maybe she was allergic to something in the metal, so she decided to take it to a jeweler to get it cleaned and maybe figure out what was causing the reaction. That's when everything went completely sideways. The jeweler looked at the ring under his magnifying glass and immediately started shaking his head. He told Zoe the stone wasn't a ruby at all, it was just colored glass. The band wasn't gold either, just copper that had been painted to look like gold. That explained the green finger. Zoe was embarrassed but figured Travis had just gotten scammed by some dishonest seller. She wasn't angry about the fake materials, she cared more about the thought behind it than the actual value. But then the jeweler pointed out something else that made my blood run cold. The inscription inside the ring said, "To my darling Lacey, 2010. Zoe had never heard Travis mention anyone named Lacey. She was confused and asked if maybe the previous owner had just forgotten to remove the old inscription. The jeweler said that was possible, but it seemed weird that someone would buy a ring with another woman's name still engraved inside. That night, Zoe couldn't stop thinking about it. She ended up Googling Lacey, along with Travis's last name, just out of curiosity. What she found made her sick to her stomach. There was an old wedding registry from 2010. Travis had been married before, to Lacey, and based on the photos she found on an old social media profile, that was definitely the same ring. Zoe confronted Travis the next morning, and he didn't even try to deny it. He just shrugged like it was no big deal. "I didn't think it mattered," he said casually. "It's still a ring, right? I'm saving money. That's just being smart with our finances." He actually seemed confused about why she was upset. He kept saying the ring was perfectly good, and that throwing it away would be wasteful. He even suggested they could just get the inscription changed if it bothered her that much. Zoe asked him what happened to his first marriage, and Travis said they got divorced because Lacey was too high maintenance and always wanted expensive things. He said he learned his lesson about spending money on women who didn't appreciate practical choices. That's when Zoe realized she wasn't upset about the fake stone or the green finger or even the recycled ring. She was horrified that Travis thought reusing his first wedding ring for his second marriage was just good budgeting. Like their engagement was just another expense to minimize rather than something meaningful and special. Zoe called off the wedding 2 days later. She said she couldn't marry someone who saw their relationship as a cost-cutting opportunity. Travis actually had the nerve to ask if he could keep the ring since she wasn't using it anymore.